and a warm welcome to Your Health, a program made for you on NTH Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. Today on Your Health, we'll be talking about something that affects half the population, yet we still whisper about it. It's menstrual hygiene. Menstrual hygiene is not just about the products, it's about confidence, your health, your comfort, and knowing how to manage your cycle. Of course, we know that poor menstrual hygiene can lead to some dangerous infection. It can make people miss work, miss school, and it causes a lot of discomfort. Here is the good news. You can learn how to do that better. We spoke with an expert who is so passionate about this course, how to get it right, and you wouldn't want to miss that conversation. My name is Uloma Ibi. You're welcome on board. But before we connect to our guests, we want to check out the health benefits of lemon. Happy learning. Wow, amazing health benefits of lemon. When was the last time you took a lemon? Yes, you need to, be intentional about this. You need to be intentional about it. I actually learned a lot from seeing this health benefits of lemon this morning. And I'll try more to take more lemon. I'm sure you want to do that as well. Okay, so it's now time for us to connect to our guest that spoke to us passionately about menstrual hygiene, how to manage it, how to do it the right way. Okay, let's connect to her and learn together.
Just as the name implies, menstrual hygiene. I think most we are common with the word hygiene. It refers to the practices that women or girls that are menstruating do when they're on their period. Now, that is like using good, clean, and hygienic sanitary pads, having a clean facility where they can change regularly, and being able to dispose them properly, and taking care of yourself, being able to have a good bath when you're on your period. These are like this what we classify as menstrual hygiene, being a woman being able to take care of herself with a good facility, the good product, and have water to wash up with doing all the thing with dignity and respect for herself. So that is menstrual hygiene. People are different. For women, our cycles are different. Some people bleed for like 5 days, some people bleed for 4 days, and some people bleed for have heavy flow, while some have medium, while some have very slow flow, depending on how you flow. But I'll start by saying that a woman should change her period between her pad between 4 to 6 hours. But if you're flowing heavily, please, as soon as your pad gets filled, change it. If there are some people that get very uncomfortable when they wear pads for even up to 4 hours. For me, I can't wear my sanitary pad up to 4 hours because it's itchy. So I try to change my pad at least 3 to 5 3 hours for me. So I think you shouldn't wear your pad for, if I would advise based on the way I work with my body, I would advise you to change your pad at least 2 to 4 hours depending on your flow, just for you to be healthy. It's easier for us to manage ourselves that way. And you know that menstrual pad smells. So if you wear pads for a very long time, you start smelling. So to avoid when you enter into the room, everybody will notice that you're in your period because of the smell that comes out from the pad. I think it's better you change it at most 3 to 4 hours. I think non-governmental organization is already doing a lot when it comes to producing pad in the rural areas like my organization and some other organization, we provide pads. And we also, there's something called reusable sanitary pad, which is what we are introducing for communities, for women and girls that cannot afford disposable sanitary pad. Now, we teach them how to make this pad themselves. You can use it for up to 6 months. We get the material, we put you through, we teach you how to create pad for yourself. So it's easier for you to manage your period. So in those areas, we've covered some areas where we go, or even schools where we go to educate women, we educate girls on how to produce reusable sanitary pads, because we know the economy is very, very hard and pads are quite expensive. So not everyone can afford it. As much as the NGOs are trying to cover the gap, I also want government to come to the aid of women in communities like that. If you go to the IDPs, you go not even the IDPs, you go to all those local communities, even primary school, even secondary school, there should be pad banks in every of those schools. There should be pad bank in mosques. There should be pad bank in communities. Government should be able to provide this pads free for women and girls. Because if we do not manage our period very well, it can lead to infection, it can lead to infertility, it can lead to a lot of diseases. So by government helping, also encouraging the NGO to maybe support them by funding them or whatever way they can, if they can provide the pads, it will go a long way for young girls and women in the community. A woman is in her period and there's no water, is a problem. So that is why it's very, very important for at least in those communities there should be water. When we are talking about menstrual hygiene, one of the key things we talk about is their provision of water. Imagine you and I now, we are on our period and we don't have water. You know how disgusting it can be. They're not talk of young girls and young women in those communities that do not have water. Water is very essential. So let's I don't know how to I feel like the government can also come in a way, come come to help them by making sure those communities have water. But in places that they do not have enough water, they can buy pure water. Make sure you have water around you, no matter how little it is. Wash yourself. Anytime you're going to change your pad, wash yourself. Get wipe, the wet wipe, clean yourself up. Wash yourself, because I advise you, anytime you're taking off your pad, you're washing yourself up. Anytime you're going to pee, you're washing yourself up. Anything that makes you take off your pad off your body before you put it back, please make sure you wash yourself. I don't even encourage tissues because I don't use tissue. I feel like it's not even hygienic enough. So I would rather prefer someone use water or use the wet wipes to clean up. So that's my advice for women and girls over there. Because the parts they are producing for us are not biodegradable, meaning that they cannot decompose. It's an issue now. That is where awareness and self-awareness comes into play. When a woman takes off her pad, I will use myself as an example because I'm a woman and I'm still menstruating now. Now I get a bag, I get a disposable bag where I put my pads, I put all the pads that I use. Then after I finish seeing my flow for that month, I make sure I burn the pads. I don't keep my pad in the dustbin. I don't like someone going to the dustbin and you're seeing my used pads. So I would encourage every woman, pack your pad in one pack. When you're done with the month with your flow that month, take it outside and burn it and trash the ashes. That's the way I dispose my pad, because it's not hygienic when those pads go into our water or when they get into the soil. They are very harmful. They are very harmful to the environment. So let's not cause harm by disposing our pad anyhow. The kids we have in this generation, they are very smart. Now I believe that when depending on the kind of child you have, some kids at the age of 5, they are very smart. They're already having conversation. For me, because kids start seeing their children start seeing their periods now, most times at 8 years, 9 years. So it is very early and scary. I believe that as early as 5, 6, 7, mothers, if you have a girl child, I think you start telling her. Maybe you might not be very, very open with the whole conversation. As she comes of age, before a child gets to 8 years old, she should know that she's going to bleed. She should know that it's normal. She should know it does not limit her. She should know that nobody should mock her or make her feel embarrassed because she's bleeding. Because they can go to school at the age of 9 or at the age of 8 and they start bleeding and they are stained and people are laughing at them or nobody could protect them. It can cause trauma. I was having a conversation with a young girl 2 days ago, and she was talking about the embarrassment she felt the first time she saw her period because no one told her. She was stained, everybody was laughing at her. Even up to now, when she's menstruating, she still feels ashamed because of the trauma. So when our parents start creating awareness and start educating us at a very young age on what our body feels like or the changes that come with our body at a very young age, it will be easier for every girl child to manage her period. I think it starts from the home, first of all, and we should include this in our educational curriculum. When a mother starts from the home to educate her girl child about her body and tell her about the changes she's going to experience as she comes of age, she already have an idea. But when they don't do that, you do not have an idea. It come up like this in school. And because of we are African, we are very conservative, there are some topics they don't discuss in school. So we just meet that on our way, and we are so shy to have that conversation with our friends, with our teacher, because we feel like it's something so sacred we cannot talk about. It's just only recently that people start creating awareness. So I think in school, anywhere there's a woman, anywhere there's a girl child, there should be education. They should make them understand that this you should manage your period with dignity. So it doesn't have to limit you. It doesn't have to make you feel less of yourself. You shouldn't have to be embarrassed. You have to manage it with your head high, knowing that this is who you are and there's nothing nobody can change because that's the way God created us. There should be constant conversation, there should be constant education. If a girl is saying her period today and she's saying, what you're supposed to do is to show her love, explain what is happening to her, tell her it's normal, tell her it's nothing to be afraid of. She can have a conversation. When my period started, I was quite young, but not like 9 years. I was already in secondary school. Though my friends have started seeing their period and they've had the conversation. They told me about it, but no one has discussed that with me. With no one has discussed period in my house. I didn't know what menstruation was until the day I was sleeping. I woke up, the whole bed was soaked with blood. I didn't know, it was terrible. Everywhere was soaked with blood. Even at that point, I didn't know I was bleeding. So I went to the bathroom to pee. I saw there was blood everywhere. I was so scared. I ran to my sister. I said, everywhere is soaked with blood. I think I should be about 14 years old then, when I started, 14, 15, when I started bleeding. So my sister was the one that introduced Pat to me. The first thing she said, oh, now you're not a woman. If somebody touch you, you're going to get pregnant. Now, because of lack of education, I went back to my family. I was with my mom. And period is your hormone. So when it came, I didn't see my period again for like a year. It ceased. So your body is trying to get used to it. It's your hormone. It happens. Some people maybe for 1 month. So my mom was scared, like, why is your period not here? I thought your sister called, because I could not tell her because I was shy. So she was like, I thought your sister said you've started seeing your period. I said, Mommy, I don't know what you're talking about. I couldn't have that conversation with her because no one had told me something like this was going to happen to me. So I was shy to tell her. So I did see my period first month, second month, third month. The first time I saw my period, I bleed for over 8 days. I don't know why. So it stopped and it didn't come for like a year now. My mom was worried. Maybe has someone touched you? Nobody has touched me, but it's because I'm aware, I understand how the body works. I know that your period can come and cease and not come for a while because the body is trying to get used to it. For everybody, for some people, it doesn't work like that. So I was sick. I went to the hospital. My mom went to tell the doctor to check if I'm okay, to do pregnancy tests and all of that. Now, because she didn't have so much education about how the body work, how the woman body works. She expect me to see my period and start flowing. When it stopped coming out, she thought I had fallen pregnant or something. So this thing happened. I'm using myself as an example. Most girls go through the same thing because their parents are not aware. So it fall back to us, it fall back to the school, it fall back to the community to please educate even the parents. Let them know that when a girl sees her period and it sees it's okay. Yeah, I think it's very, very important because we are in a community. God created us two in this world, men and women. And why God created us that way? Because we need each other to survive, you understand? We can't do anything on our own without the support of the opposite sex. So when we are talking about menstrual hygiene, we also need the men to support. The men should be educated. The boy child should know that your sister is going to bleed. Someday you're going to be a father. Your daughter is going to bleed. Someday you're going to get married. Your wife will go through this phase. But you start from educating them when they are still kids, when they are still boy child. When your sister is bleeding or when your friend is bleeding and she's stained, you're supposed to cover her up. If you have a jacket, cover her. If you can help her get menstrual products, help her. I was bleeding one day and I was in pain. I had to call my brother on the phone. Please help me get pads. He did. So most men would not be able to get pads. Most men don't want to talk about it. Most men feel like when a woman is bleeding, she's something taboo. There's a taboo. You shouldn't go close to her. She should not cook for you. She should not pray. She should just be kept in a place because she's bleeding, which is not supposed to be so. A woman is supposed to show love, to be shown love, care when she's bleeding, because no, these men do not understand the pain we go through. They do not understand the headache that comes with it. They do not understand the cramps. And sometimes it's very annoying. It changes your hormone. You want to throw up. You want to cry. Everything is wrong with you at that time. What do you need from a man is support, care, love. Be there for them. And whenever you see a woman bleeding, know that this woman is going through a phase in her life that might last for a few days. All she needs is support and care. And if she's staying, please cover her. If you can buy her sanitary pad, please buy her sanitary pad. It makes you a hero. It doesn't make you less of a man. I honestly, this question comes up every time, and it's very annoying that I feel like sanitary pads should be free. In other countries, sanitary pad is not as expensive the way it is in Nigeria. Sanitary pads should be free. Sanitary pads should be subsidized because a woman bleeds every day. As I'm talking to you, a girl is seeing her period. The next day, a girl is seeing her period. So this thing is something that is sold continuously. You can't keep increasing money. So apart from us teaching young women and young girls how to make reusable sanitary pads, even the product they are going to use to make the sanitary pad, they need to buy. I'm suggesting and I'm pleading on the government that please, there should be subsidy when it comes to the sanitary pads. The prices of sanitary pads should go down so that women can afford this product. We need it every month. Imagine bleeding every month. We have 12 months in a year. Some people bleed for 7 days. Some people use up to 2 packs. So you're buying sanitary pad of 20,000, you're buying sanitary pad of 15,000. We do not even have the finances. We are not working. If you tell a man to give you money at the end of the month, he'll be complaining. You understand? You as a woman, you don't even have a good job that is giving you money. So if a man has to give you 30,000, you buy sanitary pad, how many will you buy? You buy pant liner, how many will you buy? How long are you going to use it? So it's not easy. Even for parents that have daughters, imagine having 7 daughters. How are you going to cope? Every month your 7 daughters are bleeding. You're going to buy pad. Now it's more expensive than food stuff in the house. So please, this should be subsidized, or the price, they have to do something about it. They should know that menstrual hygiene is a topic that we are going to continue to discuss as far as we are still alive on earth, as far as there's a woman in this planet. Now, I'm only asking for us to support every girl child. Go to the community, buy sanitary pad. It's not easy. Go to schools, distribute sanitary pad. Go to boarding schools, go to universities. It's very expensive for young girls to afford. The government should know how to reduce the price for us. And most importantly, awareness and education is very important. Educate your daughters at home. Make them understand that their period is something that they should be proud of. It's not something that should limit them. Let them understand that if you're on your period and somebody wants to mock you because you're on your period, you should not even be shy, because that makes you a woman, that makes you who you are. If you're not bleeding, there's an issue. If you're not bleeding, you cannot conceive. If my mother was not bleeding, she cannot have me. If your mother was not bleeding, you cannot be here. So it is very important that we understand that this is who we are, and we should handle it with so much dignity and respect. Don't let anyone talk us down, because women are powerful. Without women in this world, the universe will not be increasing, and without us bleeding, will not have children. So do it with pride, and with programs like this and communities that are supporting menstrual health, we can create a world where where no girl is held back because of her period, which is what we are working towards. We want when a girl is confident because she's seen her period. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Chika Ezinwa. We love how you're passionate about making sure that every woman does the right thing. Every woman is comfortable in her skin. Every woman cherishes herself. Every woman kills the shame and the myth that comes with menstrual hygiene. It is now time for us to see our Did You Know segment for today. Please stay with us. So now you know. Now you know. That's why you need to keep connecting to your health. A program made for you. We have all it takes to make sure you're healthy, you stay healthy, and you're living a better life. Thank you for those mind blowing, did you know, stuffs and tips that you just shared with us. All right, up next is our health tips for today. That is our daily health tips, our everyday health tips. Happy learning. on that notes, on that health tips, we'll wrap up the show for this morning. I want to appreciate you for being part of your health, and I'm encouraging you to try and do things that will benefit your health, because your health is your biggest asset you've ever got. Pamper your health, eat right, take care of your health so that you live longer. I want to really say a big thank you to our guests for making this on the show and for speaking passionately about the menstrual hygiene. As a woman, you need to be comfortable in your skin. And as a husband, you need to support your wife. As a brother, support your sister. This is who we are. This is who we are created to be. I mean, we need to be comfortable in our skin. My name is Uloma Ibi, and this is a wrap we held today. Join us next time on NTH Channel 5 Unity Station.